we do have our next guest, Maria Malepa, who is the owner of Lebo Soweto Backpackers, and we will be talking about all things Soweto and one of the brilliant minds behind, Lebo Soweto's Backpackers. Who is she? And Maria Malepa is eager to share first-hand insights on the unique and personalized experiences that Lebo Soweto Backpackers offers, from intimate tours of the area to traditional African meals and cozy overnight stays. Thank you so much for joining us, Maria, and welcome to Prime Live.
Hi, good evening.
Hi,
Great to be with you.
thank you so much for joining us on Prime Live, Maria.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you. Now, for those who might not be familiar with Lebo Soweto Backpackers, can you give us a brief overview of what makes your accommodation and tours, unique compared to other places in South Africa?
Sure. Maybe just before I do that, I just want to, let whoever, like, for the ones that don't know maybe the background and the history of Lebo's Backpackers, just to give a brief overview of that. I mean, the name Lebo's Backpackers, and here I am, a white woman with the name of Maria Malepa. Some people don't really understand what is. But in fact, the founder of the business is Lebo Malepa, and I have had the privilege of running the business with him, and I've lived in Soweto for the past 18 years. But he is really the brain and the founder and the entrepreneur that started Lebo's Backpackers. And when I met him many years ago, and after that we got married, and we were then running this project together. So I also just want to really give it up for my now late husband, who is really the brain behind the business and managed to create a beautiful community experience of. And I think what makes it unique is that you come to a community and you come to a home. I mean, in fact, the is Lebo's family home. So he grew up there, and I think that's the experience that we want everyone to have, just to come to an homely experience, come to a community, come to experience the culture and the history, but from a very community grassroots level, if I can put it like that.
I mean, thank you so much for sharing that with us, Maria. Now, what would you say is the most memorable experience that the guests have had while staying with Lebo Soweto Backpackers?
I think it's always about the people. I mean, we mostly get international travelers, but we want more local travelers. So we definitely want more South Africans and Africans to come to our establishment. But throughout the years, it's been a majority of a lot of European travelers, your North America, and the unique experience that everyone is talking about when they come to us is really meeting people, because a lot of people would choose maybe a destination like South Africa because the country is known for its wildlife and its beautiful nature, and we all know that people want to see the mountain in Cape Town and they want to tick off the big fives on a safari and maybe taste some amazing wine. But when they also choose to come to Soweto and come to Lebo's Backpackers, then they really get to have that authentic meeting and connection with a community that really stays with you in a different way than a travel experience would do if you only see the beauty of the nature and the ocean and so on. Yeah.
No, that's definitely true. And in terms of privacy, because I do know that a lot of people, maybe whenever they're looking for some place to sleep or, spend the night or a weekend, they look for privacy and comfort. So how do you balance that while making sure that they also get a chance to interact with the local communities?
Well, I mean, obviously, well, when you're in your room, we make sure that you do have your privacy. But I also think that, I mean, So you're going to have to choose what is the travel experience that you are looking for. We're not a 4 or 5 star hotel. We are a backpackers lodge, and a backpackers lodge normally is where you interact with other people.
Mm.
But I obviously we have like a guest house section and we have a backpacker section. So you can definitely get all your comfort of a private room with your own bathroom and, access to just a nice chill out garden where you can just have your own time, read your book and sit actually in a peaceful environment. We're in the township and people normally think that it's a very noisy and unsafe space, but our neighborhood and Soweto in general, it's actually safe, and it also gives you a peace of mind. We've worked a lot around our garden spaces. We have a lot of greenery around us, so a lot of people when they come through to our place, they would say that, what, am I really in Soweto? Because that was the last thing that they thought the environment would look like.
Mm.
But on the other hand, I think that you should come to Lebo's Backpackers because you want to interact with people. You want to sit around the fire. You want to meet fellow travelers, hear what places they have seen. You want to meet people from the community because our place is always open for the community. I mean, all our staff are all living in and around the nearby community of where our lodge is situated. So you will have that natural exchange with people.
Mm. Definitely. Now, Lebo's Soweto Backpackers seems to have a very strong emphasis on sustainability and community involvement. Can you tell us about any initiatives that support this mission?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, first and foremost, we try by all means to collaborate and network with various community-based organizations. So we're part of different networks that brings us in touch with what people are really doing on the ground in terms of community development. But I think it really started also with how Lebo started the business back in the days. And that was by, seeing the immediate environment around him and wanting to do something about that before getting, before thinking too much about, all the business strategies, you know, how will I market my place, who will come here, and so on. He really started with how should my community look like for me to welcome both the world, but and also, nearby, communities to my place. And with that, he launched a big cleanup campaign. And in fact, he managed to, I mean, not only him, but the whole community. And, as the business grew, all the staff and everyone involved, we managed to clean up, a big space, created it into a community park, which is right opposite where the lodge is. Today, it's our outdoor restaurant, and we have various vegetable community gardens. We get other, people from our community to partake. So that was the first initiative for us to really make sure that when we launch a business like this, it must benefit the community, and it did, and it is. And then from there, we other projects have come to us, and other people want to collaborate with us. So we have former teachers that are now having a literature program for kids. So we have an outdoor so-called outdoor library where kids meet in the park every Saturday and having everything from drama to various games to story reading and storytelling. We support a soup kitchen in a nearby community, which is a former migrant workers hostel that we tour on our guided tours around Soweto. So yeah, that's some few examples.
Mm. And can you tell us about any hidden gems or lesser known spots in Soweto that are, worth checking out for, especially when one is at the stay or staying at Lebus?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is really my passion these days, to really make people understand that Soweto is really a destination, and it's a destination that you should spend a couple of nights. Um, don't think that Soweto is equal to Vilagasa Street and the historical sites that you find there. Those places are great and important to visit. If it's your first time in Soweto, definitely put that on your to-do list. But apart from that, I mean, now we have experiences where we visit artists in their home studios. We go to lesser known restaurants, which is out of the main precinct. I mean, one of my favorite restaurants is called Native Rebels. It's in Jabavo, Soweto, so a little bit more deeper into Soweto. We have live music. Every week you can definitely catch a live music gig. Every Tuesday you have a music jam called the Sawubona Music Jam. Um, and yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot, but it's definitely like a lot of hidden gems, and you can only know if you come and stay for a couple of days.
Hmm. We're very curious about, the tours that are currently available for guests at Lebo's Soweto Backpackers. Could you maybe please share with us the tours that are currently on offer, and if there are any seasonal or, or limited tours that visitors should look out for?
Absolutely. So I think our most popular tours that do run on a daily basis is our walking, cycling, and tuk-tuk tours. So Lebo Soweto Backpackers, we are situated in Orlando West in Soweto. So that doesn't take us too far from these main historical sites like the Hector Peterson Memorial, like Vilagaza Street. And so we do incorporate that in our routes, but then from there we take you, for example, to a former migrant workers hostel. We have the home of Lillian Ngoyi, which was the ANC Women's League leader in the 1950s that were part of leading the Women's March. And I think we're not too far from Women's Month and Women's Day in August. So if so that's going to be a great site or great experience as we're planning for that. And yeah, so our roots really kind of incorporate culture, current affairs, seeing the communities, but also seeing the historical sites. And we're trying to accommodate whether you want to walk it or you want to cycle it or you want to tuk-tuk it.
Mm.
But we also have storytelling evenings, sit around the fire, listening into someone who can tell us about certain historical events, for example. We have cooking tours, so you can have an interactive session with our chefs and learn a little bit of our cooking in our outdoor restaurant, cooking over fire.
Mm. I mean, Maria, thank you so much for sharing that with us. But one last question before I let you go. If there's anybody that's interested in booking at, Lebo Soweto's Backpackers, how do they actually get to reach out to you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So our website is sowetobackpackers.com. And if you just search us on any social media platform, Lebo Soweto Backpackers or Soweto by Bike, you'll find us.
Mm.
And yeah, and I think, now it's school holidays as well. Very child friendly. We definitely cater for all ages. I think it's a great educational experience. And also maybe also in relevance for your viewers, we serve halal options in terms of food as well. So this beautiful food experience that we have in our park is available for everyone.
Mm. Thank you so much, Maria, for joining us and for just giving us insight on, the beautiful business that you run, which is Lebo Soweto Backpackers, and, just for giving us more information on what people can look forward to or expect when visiting the place.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Viewers at home, that was Maria Malepa, who's the owner of Lebo Soweto Backpackers, about all things Soweto and, how you can take advantage of this beautiful, beautiful place and enjoy the beauties of Soweto. But without wasting any time, let's go to a break. We'll see you right after this.